even happening. And then while the match was actually happening, I wasn't a fan of it because they were using each other's finishers. It was kind of like a video game, like I can use your finisher, and it got a little repetitive. But I guess it was something new because this rivalry has been going on for months and months, and I guess they need to switch it up a little bit. I was actually really glad the Bludgeon Brothers came in because now it mixes things up. I don't know what they do with this. I mean, I would assume they could do even a TLC match between all three of them at Mania. That's something that's interesting because it's going to be all three teams involved.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And I think the best bet is to do the old tables, ladders, and chairs match.
Oh, a TLC.
I think that would be really cool. The Usos.
If the Usos don't win it,
you're going like this because then this WrestleMania is going to be on the more of the extreme side because you have the ladder match. You're going to have a TLC match.
Yeah, I don't know if I mean you can't have both. Either one of these things will be a ladder match, whether it's the U.S. title match, the Intercontinental title match, or the tag team title match.
Well, the IC isn't.
They won't have both be ladders involved.
All right.
It just won't happen.
They're not ECW.
Yeah.
The IC title should definitely be a ladder. That's what I think.
You think so?
I think the U.S. title should go in the pre-show. I mean, no one's going to want to see that. Yeah, but
that's the problem, though. Randy Orton, he's not pre-show material. If it was Bobby Roode and Jinder Mahal, I would assume it would be the pre-show. Again, this is a 5-6 hour show, and just strap in because it's going to be
it's going to be quite a ride.
Very, very long show.
The ultimate thrill ride.
Very good stacked card right now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really good so far. But let's move on to the women's match. I thought this was probably the best match on the card. It was Charlotte Flair defeating Ruby Riott by submission.
Ruby Riott.
This match went 13 minutes and 45 seconds. Charlotte is so good.
She is ridiculously good. She is the best female wrestler.
She's amazing at selling. She's good at with like facials when she's like getting injured or when she's putting on her maneuvers.
Me and my dad were perplexed by what a cross straight jacket is. When she had that one move, choking her, me and my dad were just like, straight jacket. What is that doing to her?
Well, I guess it was choking her out and bending her back.
Ruby Riott impressed me.
Ruby Riott looked good. Again, I don't really watch too much of SmackDown, as you guys know, so this was kind of the first exposure to a lot of these people as like Ruby Riott and the Bludgeon Brothers. I mean, I haven't seen them as the Bludgeon Brothers, so I was kind of like, oh, these guys are awesome. Let's talk about that, actually. We kind of went over that. We really didn't talk about that. The Usos... the Bludgeon Brothers interrupted this match and just laid waste to everyone.
Literally,
that was awesome.
That's what they do every week, pretty much, but not to the Usos or New Day.
But not to develop talent. Yeah, they just get like local talent that they don't even tell you their name.
It was great,
first it started that with Breezango, then the Ascension, and
which is terrible. The Ascension were great, and then Breezango were.
I don't know if the Ascension's great, but
I mean, like in NXT, they were great. Them and their Revival had an awesome rivalry.
I haven't seen it, so I couldn't tell you. But
I went back and watched it.
I've heard the Revival were really good in NXT.
The Revival were really good in NXT. And
I meant the Ascension. The Ascension.
Oh, I'm talking about the Revival.
They were both excellent. I watched some like old footage of them because I was like wondering like, when were these guys good? And then I watched it and I was like, yes, they're awesome. They're basically like I guess the Road Warriors would be
but they kind of like stole their shtick, so I know a lot of people weren't fans of that.
No, right.
They had the face paint, they had the armor.
Right, but they were awesome. It was good to watch. It was like watching a young Road Warriors. They would just do anything.
But speaking of Road Warriors and guys who will do anything, the Bludgeon Brothers are pretty cool from what I saw. I like their look. I like their intensity.
That they're using real mallets too?
I don't know.
No.
I was looking at the mallet.
No, he tells me this morning, he goes, I think they had real mallets. I don't know.
No.
Because they didn't hit anyone with the mallet.
That's definitely
they did.
Who?
They
hit the one Uso.
They hit him while holding on to the other side of the mallet.
They're fake.
It's real.
Oh, don't.
I want to see.
Real.
I want to see them like one of these weeks, or maybe at WrestleMania if they do like a no DQ match. Just have them one guy with the mallet, just like baseball, smack another guy in the face with it.
Speaking of baseball and real, I don't know if you guys obviously don't watch Impact Wrestling because no one does, but this guy, Eddie Edwards, he had a chair put over him. And the guy swung a baseball bat and was supposed to hit the chair. And it missed the chair and hit Eddie Edwards right in the eyeball. Oh. And he broke his nose. He broke his orbital socket. And he had stitches and plastic surgery. It was really bad. So they used a real bat there. It was bad. Yeah. It was really bad. He essentially just swung a baseball bat at a man's eye.
How long ago was this?
I think it only aired like 2 weeks ago. But it was filmed maybe like a month ago.
And Jeff Jarrett's in the Hall of Fame.
Jeff Jarrett is
also in the Hall of Fame, Kid Rock.
Oh, God.
No,
I'm not even going to get into that. No. There's so many other celebrities that deserve to be in the celebrity wing. Just off the top of my head, Andy Kaufman, who was really instrumental in getting some mainstream press to professional wrestling when him and Jerry Lawler had a great rivalry. And they actually went on the David Letterman show, and Lawler smacked Andy Kaufman in the face. And, it was big exposure. The David Letterman show is one of the biggest shows on television, and people were like, who is Jerry Lawler? Oh, I know Andy Kaufman. He's from Taxi, and he was on Saturday Night Live all the time, and now he's involved in wrestling. It was, big stuff. Also, Cyndi Lauper, who was a singer, girls just want to have fun. She was part of the first WrestleMania and really got the exposure of MTV. They did a bunch of shows on MTV, and the WWF collaborated, and it really got exposure. Whereas Kid Rock performed at one WrestleMania and did the theme song for The Undertaker for like 5 months.
Yep.
And he's in the Hall of Fame. I would assume he has a new album. And I also know he's a Republican. And if we know the McMahons, whether it's Linda McMahon, who's in the administration for Trump, and they're really right-wing, so I would assume that also has something to do with it. But whatever. Let's move on. We mentioned Charlotte beat Ruby Riott.
In a good match.
Pretty solid match. They saw interference from Becky Lynch and Naomi and the Riott Squad, but it ended up just being Charlotte and Ruby Riott, just one-on-one. I thought it was really good. But let's move on to the main event. It was AJ Styles, who's the champion, taking on Kevin Owens, John Cena, Dolph Ziggler, Baron Corbin, and Sami Zayn in a six-pack challenge for the WWE Championship. And that match ended in 21 minutes, 55 seconds with AJ Styles retaining. We all knew that was going to happen, right? What did you guys think of the match?
The start of it actually kind of aggravated me, how John Cena just had 4 finishers lined up.
Hated it.
Man, in WWE 2K18, that takes a lot.
Who liked this, Joe?
I would have absolutely bawled out laughing if he hit someone, in, like all the guys in AA, and then just pinned someone and won right off the bat.
No, that would have been
the funniest thing of all time. That would have basically been like Road Dogg just like going, "Hey, I'm out of here. See you later."
Yeah,
I'm wondering what's
the end
going
of my
on.
career.
I'm wondering what's going on with Shane McMahon, simply because before this pay-per-view, there was rumored that it was going to be Dolph Ziggler versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania, and now Shane McMahon gets involved between Kevin Owens with pulling the ref out when he had the cover, and then also pulling Sami Zayn out when he had the cover over Kevin Owens.
Maybe a triple threat match.
No one wants to see that, though.
No, I don't know.
Shane McMahon, I like Shane McMahon. He's not a good wrestler. He could take a good bump, and he gives it his all. He throws the worst punch besides Dean Ambrose in the business, and to me, I'd rather see him go up against Ziggler, who's
I don't want to see that.
Performer.
I don't want to see. Where's the build-up for that? I don't care about these 4 weeks. You think about Shane McMahon. What's been his feud the whole year?
Yeah,
but
Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I don't know what you do. I don't know where they're going with this.
They've already done the one-on-one match.
If they do Dolph Ziggler, that'd be stupid, because you should have been building that up a lot more than just 4 weeks.
Yes, but they could build it up.
You just like Dolph Ziggler.
I like Dolph Ziggler, but there's been Mania matches that have been built up in shorter amount of time, and you have 4 weeks, which isn't too short.
But then what are they going to do with this? What he just did?
I don't know. I mean, clearly it seems like they're not going the Dolph Ziggler route because of what happened last night.
Yeah.
Even though, I don't know if you saw when Ziggler made his entrance, they kind of like shot Shane McMahon with the camera and were like going back and forth between them. I was like, oh my God, you're just predicting it. I mean, you're just showing it what's going to happen, but they didn't go that route. But I think, because the whole thing is Dolph Ziggler has never had a one-on-one match at Mania. Maybe he could be like, I want a match, Shane, I want a match. And then they go one-on-one. But again, what do they do with this whole Shane, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens? I'm sure we'll figure that out.
I mean, if you really want to go radical, you can have like Dolph Ziggler, like you can have like Shane McMahon announce like him and like someone else are going to take the two of them on.
Yeah.
And then you just have like Dolph Ziggler like beat the living hell out of the two of them and be like, no, I want a match. I get the match first. And then Shane will be like, all right, well then I'll wrestle you. And there you go. Then you get a match. Because honestly, then you're using like the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens like trope of just beat people like to death against them. Mm-hmm. Which, I guess that's the only way you're going to get Ziggler a match.
I just want to see a one-on-one Ziggler match because he has so much talent, and he's never had that opportunity.
I want Ziggler to get the Money in the Bank again and cash it in.
I wouldn't mind that. And apparently they're doing 2 Money in the Bank matches this year.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like, it's going to be both Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, because they're the
this is the last brand exclusive show.
Yeah, well,
that was
it was.
So are they going to have 4 Money in the Bank matches now?
Yeah.
No.
2 for
the 2 women.
Yeah, 2 for Raw, 2 for SmackDown.
It's just one each. It's just one each. They're mixing them all together. It's going to be 3 Raw superstars and 3 SmackDown.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
They're not going to have 4. That'd be ridiculous.
Did you
more money than ever?
Is that confirmed or?
Yeah.
Okay.
More bank than ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little too much if it was 4
They also
Money
have a
Bank.
takeover now before Money in the Bank as well.
Good, and there should be like an NXT version of that. Also, big news for NXT, they're adding the North American Championship.
I don't like the title name, but I saw what the matchup's going to be. It's going to be amazing.
That looks like it's going to be, that could be like a match of the year.
Has that been announced officially?
Yes, it's been officially announced on WWE.com with like spoiler tags everywhere. I won't tell you who's in it because they're still yet to tape the episodes that are going to lead up to it.
But it is going to be a ladder match.
But
they taped the next 5 weeks.
No, but but I don't think they taped a build up for that yet.
They taped the next 5 weeks, which would be the build up for it.
But then how is that just leaked and just announced and no one knew about it?
I don't know, but I read for the next 5 weeks that they taped it, and it's all about...
I mean, I read it a week ago or so.
Yeah, well, last Wednesday, right after NXT was over, because NXT ended really early last week. It ended like 15 minutes early. I was like, that's it. And then I got a notification on my phone saying about this championship match from WWE.
I'm saying I read on it, and it's out.
Let's just go over this because we could talk about NXT and the build-up when it's WrestleMania weekend. Let's talk about AJ Styles. He won. He's going to face Shinsuke Nakamura. I would love for this to be the last match of the card because it should be the best match. And Shinsuke won the Royal Rumble, which is supposed to be headlining WrestleMania. It never really is these days. I am super excited for this match. But where does John Cena go from here? Is it Undertaker?
He didn't show up like everyone thought he was going to.
I don't know. You got to wait for these next 2.
John Cena and Dolph Ziggler.
Also,
they'll fight for Nikki Bella's heart.
I would love that.
They'll fight for Nikki Bella's heart.
They also really tricked us at the end of that match.
Also, real quick, this Friday, Nikki Bella comes back into wrestling. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead, continue.
I was going to say that the last 6 minutes of the pay-per-view, they had it just focused on AJ Styles and John Cena, and everyone maybe thought Undertaker, they're just waiting these 6 minutes for it to go. But
yeah.
Never did. They teased us. And then they literally had the thing come up. Like how, when that thing comes up on the bottom left of the screen.
That's when I shut it off.
It's over, right?
Yeah.
After that, it stood on for 6 more seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me?
I was so tired. I was like, all right, it's done.
Yeah, and
Styles won.
I watched it late too, so I was even up later, and I was just like, ugh.
So we can confirm a bunch of matches for Mania. I think we should just say what they are. It's AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It's Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. I'm looking forward to both these matches a lot.
Yes.
It's Charlotte Flair versus Asuka.
Yep.
It's going to most likely be Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. It's most likely going to be... Are we done?
Yep.
Oh, my God. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle teaming up against Triple H and Stephanie. What else is there?
Finn Balor, The Miz,
Yes.
most likely Sasha Bailey.
Yes. And then something with Randy Orton, which we don't know.
And then also this Friday, rumored Ronda Rousey's debuting at MSG. I'm going to be going. I'm going to try to see if it happens. I'm going to pray to God.
Yes.
You
I'm coming.
All right, so we're going. We'll see you guys all next week.